My name's Raymond Becker. I live in Florida, originally from Brooklyn. I call my birds the Brooklyn Knights. Anyway, like I said, this is 8 width-wise and 8 height-wise and 5 deep. Alright. That's the trap door, and of course I got a regular screen door on the outdoor coop, which allows me to go inside. I come inside. Now this is one side I have not being used. It has its own little doorway and stuff. I'm trying to get my racing pigeons here to breed and hang out and make this their home. But it's kind of hard when you got 2 different types of birds you want to try to keep separate. This is the other inside of my coop, as you can tell. Alright, I got a clear ceiling for the lights to come through. Sunlight's like a vitamin with the birds. Alright, and as you can see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 solid white ones. And those are just regular dog bowls that they nest in. They lay eggs and they hatch them there. That's up here right there. That's up here right there. And they're mate and stuff. After they mate, the babies. Alright, when you start first flying birds, if you have birds that are already flown by somebody else and they're homers, they're going to go back to that somebody else. They're never going to come home to you. So what you want to do is breed them. Right, guys? Say hi. You want to breed them, and then once they lay eggs, the babies is what's going to be faithful to you. I talk a little bit more about that in a minute. Anyhow, this is my coop, and like I said, this is the other side of the coop. I'll try to get you a bigger picture. It's a door there and a little door on the outside, and the birds could go out. Check them out, they're all leaving now. Okay. Anyway, when you have your birds outside, I drop some food on the floor so I get the other ones in. That's another thing. Food is a way of training a pigeon. Feed them too much, they'll be big, lazy, and they won't come in when you want them to. If they're hungry, they will. Oh, also got little locks on the gates. Can you see that? Just keep them inside when I want them to stay in, and let the other ones go. See how that guy's flying around? Okay, well, that's why it's called outdoor coop. So they could fly around, they got the sunlight. Now some of them will just go inside, like that guy's about to. That's how a trap door works. They just go inside. Try to get a little closer view of that. Okay. That's my newest baby right there. It's about 2 months old. I didn't put a band on her. Okay, so anyway, how do you get pigeons to know where to fly or listen to your call or whatever? Like I was saying in the other video, you get 2 adult pigeons and you breed them and you train the babies. If someone already has babies that were never flown, you'll be able to get it. And you could tell that they're babies because they squeak like little mice, like squeak, 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 when you hold them or when you're chasing them around and catch them. Those are babies. If they don't squeak or anything, they're not babies. They could go goo 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 goo. They're grown birds. But if they squeak like a little mouse, they're baby birds, and those you could train because, well, they're babies and they were never flown before. And I go through the periods of time and stuff that you would have to train them. How do you get pigeons to know where to fly or listen to your call or whatever? Like I was saying in the other video, you get 2 adult pigeons and you breed them and you train the babies. If someone already has babies that were never flown, you'll be able to get it. And you could tell that they're babies because they squeak like little mice, like squeak, 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 when you hold them or when you're chasing them around to catch them. Those are babies. If they don't squeak or anything, they're not babies. They could go goo 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 goo. They're grown birds. But if they squeak like a little mouse, they're baby birds. And those you could train because, well, they're babies and they were never flown before. And I go through the periods of time and stuff that you would have to train them. Okay, well, talk to you later. Oh, first thing you gotta do is build a coop or a box or something to keep the birds in. Once you have the birds, then they breed. After they breed, they're gonna feed each other. When they're attracted to each other, they'll feed each other. And then they have sex for about 2 seconds. And then after the sex, 10 days later, they'll lay the eggs. 18 days later, the eggs will hatch. After the eggs hatch, 30 days after that, they will be full feathered and look like a full-grown adult. But they're not. They'll still do that little squeaking thing. They look like little gummy bears when they're born. I got a bird on an egg. Well, the egg hatched already. I'll show you the baby in a second. Alright, this is part 1. Be ready for part 2.